afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard in Middle-earth. My name is Corey Olson, the Tolkien Professor, joined as always by my friend Gryfflet, who is prepared to talk to Anborn here today. And I think we get to do the Forbidden Pool. There's going to be a Forbidden Pool session play or something, or instance, I think is what I was recalling is coming up here. So that's going to be cool. So, oh, sorry, here, I forgot to pop out the chats. Okay, there we go. Now I can see you guys. Excellent. Yeah, pool play. Exactly that, Hologro. That's it. So yeah, looking forward to that. Before that, though, I have one important observation to make and one even more important question. Right? My observation is, I was looking at Gryfflet's cosmetics here, which are like super hard to see, and that's why I didn't notice this before. But let's see, when I was zoomed in for some reason, I was like, man, those shoulder pauldrons are really attractive. Actually, there's some good-looking shoulder pauldrons. If there's a breastplate to go with this, that's going to be a really snappy outfit. So I'm really hoping there's gonna be a breastplate to go with this. I'm getting anxious now about like my cosmetic future here. So anyway, that's the observation that I wanted to make, deep and important observation. But here's the question, which is far more important. So I got the the steed box gift, and I don't know which one to take. So I need help. So because I almost never do festivals of any kind. So Gryfflet can choose one of these steeds, almost all of which are festival steeds. I was a little bit tempted by the Lossoth steed. Yeah, I've seen the hobby horse, which is fun. But wait, no, I don't think I can choose that one here, can I? But yeah, so of this list of steeds, which I know it's hard for you to even see, but I think lots of people received this steed box recently, and I'm all the blue roan grumpy bird. Interesting. I was thinking about that one. That one looked tempting. That one did look tempting. I know that like the red painted skeleton steed is kind of fun, right? Like that's a fun steed, I know, and I know it's like really hard to get and stuff. Oh wait, I can actually preview them? Whoa. Crazy. Oh, this is the pets collection. Hang on. Man, that is so intense. This number of steeds. Sorry, hang on a second, let's see. Good grief. Oh, I see. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, that's cool. I like that. The nice, attractive green saddle. I was kind of inclining towards that anyway, Grumpy Bird. I'm a fan. Right, and I know lots of people are like, you should get the red skeleton because it's really hard to get. But here's my confession. My confession is, like, whatever gene it is that, like, inclines people to be collectors, I don't have it. Like, I was born without it. I have no, like, get this for your collection because it's, like, super hard to get and cool to have. Just, like, doesn't ever move me, really. Like, I don't feel it. Like, it's no criticism. I feel this to be a weakness in myself. Ah, the Lossoth steed. Yeah, I was thinking about that one, too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Blue Roan. Yep, I think I'm going Blue Roan. That's a really attractive steed right there. I love the green. Yeah, that's fun. Also looks very different from all my other horses. I know the skeleton one would too. But like, although the skeleton one is cool, like, I don't know. I don't see myself like riding that around all the time. I'm gonna make this my new steeds. All right, I'm gonna pick the Blue Roan. Let's do it. Let's do it. Gryfflet, get the Blue Roan. Where'd it go? Do I just have to get it from the? Go back to the. There it is. Move that down here. Okay. There we go. Let's see, huh? Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. Love it. Love it. Excellent. Oh, yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay. Thank you for helping me in this dilemma. This is, you know, it's a big choice. You know, it's a big choice. Needed some guidance. Okay. Excellent. Now, on to substantive matters. Anborn, let's do the thing. How about legible text? Great. Do you wish to hear more of my tale? We returned from the battle with the Haradrim, and Faramir spoke long with the halflings. He seemed convinced by their tale, and agreed to invite them into the sanctuary of Henneth Annûn. They spoke quietly as we walked through the woods, beyond our hearing. And more yet, once we reached the cave. Right, sorry. They spoke quietly as we walked through the woods, for what seemed like hours and hours and hours. Sorry, I'm just like following in the tradition. Tolkien used to tease Faramir for talking so much when they were in the woods. This is the joke that he made to his son, I almost said his son Faramir, to his son Christopher when he was sending him chapters, you know, saying that if, you know, the famous letter in which he says that he's met a Gondorian captain in Ithilien, and if he doesn't stop talking soon, he's going to have to be moved to the appendices. Okay, all right. It was my duty to scout the way, and it was then that I saw the gangrel-creature. I'm glad they kept that phrase. That's cool. I took it to be some wretched squirrel or shadow creature out of Mirkwood, but I did not shoot it, for Faramir does not permit the needless slaying of beasts. Oh, so I'm not going to get a whole bunch of Slayer quests from here? Is that what you're saying? I told Faramir what I saw, and the halflings listened with interest. Then I went out to guard. Bum, bum, bum. Trustnik wants to know if I think he threatened his children that way. Stop talking, or I'll banish you to the appendices. It sounds like a good threat, you know, like not like too scary and violent, but it's just kind of a more literary version of putting you in your place, I suppose. All right, let's do it. Not a session play. That's okay.
Down beneath Henneth Annûn in the Forbidden Pool, Anborn spied the gangrel-creature at last, and called upon his captain and the halflings to decide its fate. The gangrel-creature had come to the Forbidden Pool, and too close to Henneth Annûn.
I thought Faramir was walking straight off the edge. Where? I can't see him. Right. Can I shoot? No, Where? I don't see Gollum. Do you know what this thing is? I don't know. In all of our long talks together, you have not spoken of the gangrel companion, and I have let it be. Where is he? Where is it? He has now done worse than trespass and poach in Ithilien. He has dared to come to the very door of Henneth Annûn. Why does he come beneath our very window if it means his life is forfeit? Where exactly is he? I don't see him at all. He knows nothing of the ways of men, and I doubt he knows you are here. So you're telling me you see him from here, Anborn, huh? But also, it is likely that he has been drawn here by some mastering desire. The lure is stronger than his caution. Does he then know of your burden? Yes, he bore it himself for many years. It is precious to him. Yes, indeed, he bore it himself for many years. I have him in my sight, Captain. Do I shoot? It is, for coming unbidden to this pool, death is our law. Stay, Anborn. This is a more difficult matter than it seems. Well, seeing Gollum is a pretty difficult matter for me here. Speak, Frodo. Why should we spare? Because he is hungry and wretched, and Gandalf, your Mithrandir, would have bid you spare him for that reason alone. And because Mithrandir would have forbade it, as he forbade the elves, is the next sentence. He forbade the elves of Mirkwood to harm him. But also, he is bound up in my errand. Sorry, I do not understand why or how, but this creature is bound to my errand. That's interesting, bound to instead of bound up in. In some unforeseen way. He is our guide. Your guide? I would do much for you, Frodo, but this I cannot allow. Let me go down to him as quietly as I can. You may shoot me if I fail. Okay, we're skipping a little bit. Very well, Anborn. Lead Frodo to the bank.
Told of his connection with the creature.
With an X. Nice.
To us.
Yeah. It's a very British connection, apparently. Okay, Frodo, like this. Go quickly and be careful. Unseen archers are poised to shoot at any sign of trouble. Whoa. Or, Frodo, you could just hair off. Only the calls of nearby birds break the silence at the forbidden pool. Now he brings the fish. Yeah, follow master. Okay, we're not even getting the dialogue here. I have him in my sights, Anborn. Interesting. He's called Smeagol. He's passing Frodo. Okay, there we go. But why must we trust Master? Where is the other hobbit? The cross, rude hobbit. Where is he? Up ahead. Be good, Smeagol, and follow me this way. We must go to him. If you do not come, the precious will be angry. Whoa. I guess he's listening. Something's there. Not a hobbit. Wicked master. Tricksy. False. Hold still now, or we'll stick you as full of arrows as a hedgehog. Wasn't it? As full of pins as a hedgehog? Please be gentle with him. Smeagol, trust master, Smeagol. And then Gollum spits at him.
Bound the creature and blinded him with a hood, lest he discover the way to Henneth Annûn.
Excellent. Yeah, the pure narrative instances. Love it. Love it. And that is all I have to say on the matter, my friend. Excellent. I led the creature back to Henneth Annûn, but kept him under guard as Lord Faramir commanded. We did not yet know the halfling's purpose in Ithilien, but the gangrel-creature had committed a serious offense in the eyes of the rangers, and he had to answer for it. I have but a small bit more to tell, Gryfflet. When you wish it, I shall share the ending of the tale. Oh, I wish it. I very much wish it. This is the last I saw of them until we parted ways in the forest. I can share what I remember, for these memories will not soon be forgotten. It was a strange discussion, and though I do not know the context, perhaps you can guess at it, and relay the tale to the friends of the halflings. Faramir asked me to bring the gangrel-creature to him so that he could question it, and so I did. Excellent. I have more yet to tell. Let's do it. The trial of
After
Smeagol.
returning to Henneth Annûn, Faramir called for Anborn to escort the gangrel-creature to answer for coming to the Forbidden Pool without permission. At my lord's request, I goaded the gangrel-creature forth to answer for his intrusion.
Goaded. That's interesting. Let us go. We've done nothing. Nothing? Have you never done anything worthy of bonds or of greater punishment? You have... Sorry, I should read. You have come to fish in the Forbidden Pool, where it is death to come. We didn't know. We were only lost and hungry. We wanted nice fishes. Come here and let me look at you. Now this is a really interesting Faramir moment. No, wrong way. There you go. Do as he says, Smeagol. He will not hurt you. Trust me and all will be well. Faramir looks in his eyes and reads his soul. Your mind is full of locked doors with shuttered windows behind them, but I judge that you speak the truth. He has done murder before, he will say to Frodo. I read it in him. You did not come here to present any threat to Gondor or Ithilien. What oath can you swear never to come back to this place or lead anyone hither? Master knows. Okay. We swears it. Master knows. There it is. We make our promise to the Master and to the precious. Never come again. Never speak. No, never. This is a true promise, and if you cannot accept it, then you should carry out your law. But there is no greater oath he can make. Oh, we missed Gollum's, sarcastic comment about how just the men of Gondor are. That I give you to your master for him to declare your fate however he will. Do you take this Smeagol under your protection? Thank you, but my lord, you have not yet given your judgment concerning said master. He talks to himself in the third person. Concerning the said Frodo, he says. I say that you are free to go wherever you will in Gondor, you and your charges. You are under my protection. I place myself at your service, Captain Faramir. Thank you. Now, where does this creature plan to take you? Are you going to show his reluctance? Ah, there we go. He won't say. I can answer if he will not. He took us to the Black Gate at my bidding, but we could not hope to enter there. There are no open gates into the Black Land. Instead, we make for a path that is hidden, supposedly near Minas Ithil. Minas Morgul, you mean? That is now called Minas Morgul. What is the name of this pass? As you say, we will climb a high pass that leads through the mountains into the lands beyond. Is he going to ask him if he knows the name, or is he just going to say it? The pass. It is called Cirith Ungol, is it not? And then Smeagol lies, and then is compelled to tell the truth. By, I believe, Faramir's will. Answer. Is it not the name of the place you are approaching? No. Yes. There we go. Yes, yes. What is its name to us? Master tells us he must get in, so we takes him. There is no other way. I wonder if there is no other way. Who could know that for certain? Take him away, Anborn. Be gentle with him, but watch him very closely. Yeah, be gentle with him. Don't beat him up like they do in the movies.
I led the creature away, and he rested. But Never did my eyes leave him.
Yeah, there you are. That is all that I recall of that night. The night passed without incident. I was glad to be rid of the gangrel-creature when Faramir led them away in the morning. I cannot fathom what could have passed between Captain Faramir and the halfling to make my lord grant them free passage in Ithilien, but all that I witnessed between them led me to believe that it was some strange, important errand. I trust my lord's judgment. I wish I had better news to tell you of your friends. They seemed hale enough ere they departed, but as I said, they made for an evil place, the pass of Henneth Annûn. Excellent. Yeah, Findaladen, it's hard. Like, so that choice, I'm not saying it's inevitable. There are always options, though some options are better than the others. But you can see why. Okay, now I think I've done all the quests down here. I just have some landscape quests. Kingsfoil, Patrol, Toad Slime. Oh, I forgot about that. And laying traps. Okay. Cool. All right, so we'll do that. But anyway, so yeah. All right. Anyway, so Findaladen. I was yeah, like, so they had already made a choice. Think about the difference in the depiction of Gollum in the film, right? And by the way, I quite like this choice, right? I quite like the choice that they made. The moment that they added in the film, the famous scene, right, of Gollum's like self-exorcism that happens there, when we see Gollum make the actual choice to choose his Smeagol identity instead of his Gollum identity. It's a really big deal, right? And in this, are they making something up? They're totally making something up. Like, that is not in the book at all. That there is some. Okay, hang on. I need to look up the map here. What am I doing? What's the... Oh, find the ranger encampment. Yeah, I guess I might as well go collect that one. That Gollum is having a real debate. That there is something in Smeagol that is drawn towards doing good, you know, of being faithful. That is that's clear in the book. In the book, it comes to a head on the stairs of Henneth Annûn in that tragic moment when Gollum is returning back and he almost has pity. It's right after he's gone to see Shelob, right? And he's coming back to lead them to her, and he almost repents, right? But then remember, Sam wakes up early and yells at him. Sorry. If you are a scout for King OSR's host, you have my welcome. It is my dearest hope that he intends to make such a racket as his army moves through Ithilien. For there are no foes that could fail to notice his progress hither.
The ways of secrecy are ending, it seems.
Right, the ways of secrecy are ending. King OSR marches to Mordor in a great procession and with the sounding of trumpets, and so too must the Rangers of Ithilien give up some of their secrets. Still, those ways do not go easily. From Henneth Annûn we have harried many a foe, passing like shadows through the window of the sunset and back again under cover of darkness. As you hope not actually through the window of sunset. It's a long drop. Anyway, as you are a friend to the king and to Gondor, I say that you may see what you will of our secret retreat. Yeah, I was just there, actually. Find the descending tunnel. I already did. The main cavern and the lookout point. Okay, well, I'll go back no problem. But I warn you, do not set foot in the forbidden pool. That is an insult to us, and we have never allowed it to go unpunished. That is so fascinating. Why? I mean, I'm not saying why in the game. I mean, why in the book? Like, it's never explained. What is special? Like, they treat the forbidden pool as if it's sacred in some way. But, like, what way? How? That's pretty cool. Okay. So, where are we going? Last refuge. Is this the patrol one? Yeah, it is. All right, so actually one starts pretty far south on the road, so let me start that in my brand new pony. Hang on a second. Let's do this. Yeah. Oh, yeah, blue roan pony. Looking sleek and excellent. Okay. So, Findolan, I was talking about the choice. So again, in the film, they chose to bring out that element of Gollum's character. Instead of only having it at that one moment where he's considering repenting, right, they foreground it in the whole internal debate and the kind of more explicitly split personality that Gollum has, which, again, he talks to himself in the book, but it's not, it's really nothing like that. But again, that's okay. It's a different choice that they make, and in making that choice, they're really drawing out that element. But by going as far as they did in drawing out that element, that is, by going as far as they did, by having Gollum make, like, he has set his will to be good and faithful. He is setting him, in the film, he is setting himself to be a faithful ally of Frodo. And that means, in order for him to betray Frodo, something has to happen. Something has to happen. All right, hang on, pony. I don't want you to get hit by a bear, so I'm gonna. Oh, hang on. What's going on here? Oh, ideal trap location. Something has to. Like, there has to come another point where he makes the actual choice to. What's going on? What's this? A conspicuous shrubbery? Hey, man. Ranger stumbles out of the bush. Were you lost, man? Were you sleeping it off in the shrubbery? What just happened there? Was that the patrol quest? Was he one of the threats I was looking out for? That was bizarre. So I have to go, like, flush stray rangers out of hiding? Is that what I'm doing? Am I the beater? Is there somebody else laying a trap for them further on? Weird. Yeah, exactly. So that's something has to push him over the edge, Findolan. That's exactly it. Yeah. Yeah, but I understand. The result was that basically the men of Gondor in general and Faramir in particular had to be, like, sacrificed to that plotline, essentially. There. Yeah. And that's hard. It's hard. This is why whenever I talk about it, I've said this often, but this is why I always talk in terms of cost, of, like, expense, right? It's always about cost and benefit when you're making adaptation choices. And often people will say things like, why did they do that? That was so stupid. And I'm not saying that perhaps it was a foolish choice for them to make. But you need to make sure that you are... I can't tell how many of these quest rings are underground in Henneth Annûn. It's like a bunch of them. Yes. All of those ones, for sure. The no safe passage is the traps. Okay. I think I'm supposed to cross a river. I got some traps to lay on the other side. But anyway, yeah. So, and you may well, like, this is not even to say that there's a when you consider the cost, I often feel that the cost is too high, right? That it's not worth it. That I wouldn't have done it because the cost is too high. But I think it's important also, in order to be fair, in order to try to understand what they're doing. They haven't just done it arbitrarily. Like, they're not just screwing with Faramir for their own amusement, right? There's a benefit that they're gaining from what they do. Even the way they make Faramir look like a wuss in other ways, with his dad, for instance, they're making a choice. They're bringing out some of, like, Faramir's daddy issues in order to sort of set up the drama with Denethor a bit more. And those issues are legit. Like, that's there in the book. The daddy issues, I mean. But it's done differently in the film, right? And again, I'm not trying to defend it. I don't think it was worth the cost. I think that what they lost was worth more than what they gained there. But with the Gollum thing, it's in some ways a little bit harder for me, because what they gained in the Gollum story, that was pretty significant, actually. And it's a little harder for me to say casually that that's not worth it. And they are picking up on what was a legitimate theme in the book, a legitimate element in the book. That is that Gollum felt betrayed by Frodo. He absolutely does feel betrayed by Frodo. And that moment, Frodo himself feels really bad about that. Frodo knows that he is skating right on the edge of himself being treacherous to Gollum. He knows at the very least that it's going to seem like treachery, and that he'd never be able to explain that what he was doing was necessary and actually had saved his life. So that they would choose that moment to be the moment that, like, turns Gollum essentially from his genuine intentions to be faithful and back into his and enables him to go back into his old ways of thought. Tragically, it works, but it's hard. It is hard, just as you say. Yeah. But it is, I know I have all the sympathy in the world for the people who have a hard time with it. With the Faramir choice in particular. Because it's... Who's attacking me? Oh, look! A river toad! Hey! I think I'm looking for you. Am I looking for you? No. You're the wrong kind of river toad. Unfortunately, you're like the rude kind that's attacking me, so... Oh, and your young river toad friend, who's also the wrong kind of river toad. Come on. What species of river toad am I looking? Shimmering river toad. Is this one shimmer? Oh, that one shimmers. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, those were insufficiently shimmery. I now understand perfectly. That one really does look more noxious. Look at those claws. Look at the bones. Yeah. Okay. Good grief. Whoever saw a toad with claws like that? Forget shimmering. Okay, but I think this is... I'm still upstream, right? It's not the forbidden pool, is it? Okay. All right, well, since we're here, let's get some shimmery toads. No, not the young toads. The shimmering toads. Okay. Let's do another question. Okay. Drowsnick, let's do your question, which I think might have been from last week. You were asking, what are the main differences between Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White? Since I was a kid, I've liked Gandalf the Grey more, which is silly, because if they're the same character, but I find Gandalf the Grey to be a little more fun and Gandalf the White more serious. Is this a change in mannerism simply due to the increased stakes in the later books, e.g. Secret Mission in the Fellowship versus Warzone in The Return of the King, or does it have to do with his death and rebirth after Moria? Really cool question. I doubt that you are alone in sort of preferring the old Gandalf, right? I doubt that you're alone there. In part, I think it's certainly attributable to, as you say, the fact that new Gandalf, Gandalf the White is like leading troops into battle, and that's an intrinsically sort of less fun and companionable sort of situation, right? You don't get quite so many occasions to be like, bless my beard, right, when you're charging into battle. So what is that? That is a most striking statue. Very unlike any Gondorian statue I've ever seen. And I don't just mean because it appears to depict a troll or something, but because, I mean, like, all of the Gondorian statues that... Uh-oh, the guardian of the statue is upon me! Oh no! Is it a troll who got caught in the sun? I think that must be it. That's really interesting. Especially interesting, because I was going to say, the Gondorians don't carve like this, and it's got metal armor on. No, you're right. It's got to be a troll caught in the sun. Which was then vandalized? That's interesting. Maybe from the unexpected break in the darkness, JJ. That's a good theory. I like that. Yeah, that this guy turned to stone then. Now, the thing that's interesting to me about that, I had not... And the reason I wasn't even thinking of that at first as a possibility and assuming it was a carved statue is that post-Hobbit, we never meet trolls who turn to stone. Like, we just don't. That when we see trolls, we're told that they're like a, there's like a one reference to the fact that they're like a different breed, essentially. Oh, look. It's a shimmery toad. Is this shimmery toad onto me? Anyway, so the dynamic of trolls turning into stone is not even exactly relevant by the time we get to Ithilien, basically. And yeah, no, like, troll statue is described in the text. But yeah, I can easily imagine that they... Gryfflet, major stealth. Fail. Oof. Wow. Yeah. That's some potent shimmering right there. Yeah, so Gryfflet, let's not do that anymore. Shall we? Shall we not? Oh, what's this? Little treasure chest. Treasure chest, somebody else. See, now that is a Gondorian statue right there. Right? We like to carve people standing up straight with their arms lifted in Gondor. That's what floats our boat. That is what floats the Gondorian boat. Yeah, well, I think Findeladon, there's evidence that he was basic. I mean, as Tolkien talked about it several times, like the trolls in The Hobbit, he'd have done the trolls differently. In The Hobbit, if he, knew it was going to be a thing, right? That is to say, it was not part of a larger story. And so he didn't... there we go. Yeah, I'm thinking here particularly of the letter in which he describes... He's talking about Bill... Bill Huggins's apparent show of pity and remorse, right? Poor little blighter, let him go, right? In The Hobbit, about Bilbo. And, so his correspondent was saying, hey, this doesn't seem very troll-like. Like, was the troll having pity on Bilbo? Sorry. Moderating my little heater here. And he was, he was giving several answers, which basically boiled down to, it's not really consistent because I wasn't thinking in terms of, this is the one I already said. Or is there another trap in here? Did I set that one? I set that one. Why is it still white on my map? There's another one over here. There's Oxlip over here. Anyway, so there he was kind of trying to he was kind of trying to retcon a little bit, but he openly said there that, like, I would have done things differently in that chapter in The Hobbit had I, known what was going to happen, right? Had I known where this was going to go and what it was going to be consistent with, or what it was going to need to be consistent with. And let's see, where's the... Oh, I need to keep looking for trap places. Right next to Henneth Annûn, huh? Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, they better not leave the path or else they're going to get into trouble. Should I warn the rangers about this trap somehow? I feel a little guilty there. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, and of course, one of the things that he said immediately about this was that he would not have named him Bill Puggins, right? If it's like the troll, that is, if he were like had been writing that from the context of the Lord of the Rings. JJ, you're right that Strider does still think of trolls as not surviving in the sunlight. But we get references in the Return of the King, not just the troll that Pippin kills, but others. Hang on, I just want to make sure. What is and is not an underground? Okay, now that's just handing in the thing. Okay, so where do I assist the herbalists? Uh-oh, I don't even know where to find the kingsfoil. Is he just around randomly? Help, it's not on my quest map. That's not right. I haven't seen any Athelos by any name. Just Oxlip and all kinds of other things. Okay. Let's see. Is this can you get into Henneth Annûn from the top side? So that's the pool over there. Because there's the lookout. Isn't that the lookout? Isn't that the shelf? You can't, like, get down from above and then go in the top side? Okay. Well, I'm not going to just try to wander. Kyra Andros looks awesome. From here. Let's go down, because I do need to go down. I can always come back with the milestone. Okay. Yes, JJ, there it is. Thank you. Yes, the Oleg High. Trolls they were, but filled with the evil will of their master. A fell race, strong, agile, fierce, and cunning, but harder than stone. Unlike the older race of the Twilight, they could endure the sun so long as the will of Sauron held sway over them. They spoke little, and the only tongue that they knew was the black speech of Barad-dûr. It's in the appendices, isn't it? Isn't that, yeah, which appendix is that from? Is that like, is that Appendix E or F? I think? I can't remember. The reference to the black speech is making me wonder if it's in Appendix F in that context, or... Okay, what am I looking for over here? Kingsfoil, I guess. Also, the scars of the Pelennor. Oh, yeah. I see. Right. Okay, so this is the Kingsfoil one. Okay, great. I see. I see my mistake. I was mistaking the route quest for the specific Athelos quest. Appendix F. Excellent. Okay, good. Yep. Aha! But soft. Of course, the kingsfoil would be down by the pool that I'm supposed to not enter, or else they'll have to kill me. Yep, pretty secret. So yes, that must have been one of the older garden variety trolls, the non-Olog-hai trolls, that were the one that was caught in the sun over there. But yes, caught in the sun by the sudden, shift from the dawnless day, sudden breaking of the darkness, is a I think that's a great theory. I love that theory. Okay. Dwarf's beard? No, that's not what I want. Anorian Scarn? That's not what I want. There we go. So I'm sorry, Joe Snake. I didn't finish the Gandalf thing. I was saying that on the one hand, there is certainly a correlation with the circumstances, but I do think that there's a genuine difference as well. I do think that Gandalf as a character is actually different. The thing I would point to try to identify why he's different, and I assume that orc has a ring which is just for the kill 20 creatures quest. I also hope there aren't any Mumakil hiding around here. Anyway, to me, Joe Snake, the primary difference is he is less human when he returns. Like, a Gandalf who says things like, indeed, no weapon, may harm me. Can I cross the river? I can cross the river here, right? Yeah, this is secondary waterfall, so. Yeah, so I mean, anyone who is like, just bragging about how they don't have any weapon that could possibly harm him, including, Andúril, the Megasword. Again, he's less mortal. He's less human. He doesn't have... So, like, Gandalf doesn't sort of share their anxieties to the same extent. Like, he has, it seems, like, different... now a fundamental different kind of experience of the world. And I think you feel that. I think that has a pretty significant impact. Because it's hard to feel the same connection to Gandalf after he returns. Because he's just not... he's not one of them in the same way, I think. Yeah. Because he's not really mortal anyway. He's still the same person. And there are, places where you can still see his personality, which is not wholly different from his old personality. Oh, wait, there's a patrol point right near here, huh? Oh, hang on. I thought it was a dead ranger for a second. I was like, oh, somebody already flushed that one out of the bushes. Arrows of ranger make protrude from the flesh of this fallen orc. Yeah. Ilmaniel says, I can't imagine Gandalf the White hanging out with hobbits and setting off fireworks at birthday parties. Yeah, I mean, it's like, maybe you could imagine that, but it's not the same. It isn't the same. I can understand what you mean. You know, the other thing is, like, he's less grumpy. This is another... Gandalf's grumpiness is a big part of his appeal. Like, it's a big part of his personality, you know? And so when he, you know, he laughs a lot after the... You know, so he's very serious while the, like, war is happening. But then after the war is over, he laughs a lot. But he's not, like, Gandalf is at peace. He's not grumpy anymore. And that's different. It does feel different. I'm not sure that it necessarily means... Okay, wait, which quest am I approaching now? Oh, that's still this is the last patrol point, and it's on the road. Great. Okay. So I just need to go down to the road here, and then follow the road up, and I'll be good. There it is. So yeah, I do think that does have a rather profound impact. His lack of temper and grumpiness, and even when he's still funny, you know, even when he's still, you know, laughing and you know, having a good time with people, he's not, it doesn't feel quite the same as it did before. Jarl Gurthilm's company has cut a path through the Hundalar along the roadway. Oh, this is the Jarl quest. Okay, since I'm here, and it's not very far towards Dagorlad. Wasn't there a line that he also acquired what can be interpreted as vision problems when he came back? What do you mean by vision problems? I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. Random Dale fan? Dale fan? I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it makes me think of the conversation I was having with Chad Bornholt at Texmoot last weekend, in which he was trying to convince me that one of the sounds that is intrinsic to Quenya and Sindarin is a sound that is native to the Texas Hick accent. Which it's a good theory, actually. Tolkien, in his own explanation of the sound, says, I can't really give an equivalent of this sound. But Chad's argument is it's because he was an Englishman speaking to English people, and they don't have an equivalent for that sound, so he didn't have anything that he could point to in his British dialect to say, here's what this sound is. And Chad's like, but if he'd come to Texas, if he were talking to Texans, he wouldn't have had that problem. I think it's a good theory, actually. All right. Okay, these Gondor appear to be turned eastward to flee before they were slain. Okay. All right, he's doing some work here. Follow the roadway eastward, huh? Oh. Okay, well, I was fixing to circle back anyway to get that last patrol point and then head back to Henneth Annûn. So let me get on my attractive new pony, which I'm riding at every opportunity I have here today, and see if I can find the Jarl. You think Orome would speak with the Texan accent, Drowsnake? You know, why not? Oh, I got some more dead Condalar here. Oh, those nutty Variags leaving corpses behind them. At least they've been the right sort of corpses. A trail of slain Condalar leads to the northeast. I feel like I'm playing, like, hotter and colder. Like, you're getting warmer. There are more corpses here. Aha! Jarl Gurthilm's warriors pace restlessly as he peers across the river. What are we peering at? Huh. I don't know, Jarl. It is all led to this. Across the river our foe cowers behind his men, but he cannot hide from us any longer. Okay. The time has come to have our revenge on Lord Jarl Cause. By now he must know we have come for him. His scouts have been slain, his warriors cut down, and his archers split upon the roads. A coward to the last, he would sooner throw his own sons before us than face his death. Uya huyum. Uya huyum. Yum. 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 Not sure. Anyway, snakes upward into the mountain of shadow, and I would wager that he has taken refuge deep within their encampment. The Kundalar will not surrender, so we must cut a path through them. Their master has brought shame to their order, and they will share in his fate. It is our way, and it shall be done. This is not your battle, so do not think you must aid us in this final task. If you do, though, you shall share the reward. Okay. Let's carve our way through Kundalar. Why not? Totally prepared.
Betrayed by the Kundalar, Jarl Gurthilm and his company now seek to punish their treacherous benefactor and seek the gold that was promised them.
Okay, Jarl, you look pretty intimidating in that awesome helmet. That is one of the coolest horned helms. They're, you know, in the subject of, and the category of horned helms I have known in my Lotro experience. That one is pretty awesome. It's one of the only horned helms I would want to have. I would not say no to a full Jarl Gurthilm cosmetic outfit, I gotta tell ya. Especially with that helmet. Yikes. Oh, we got some side quests up here. All right. I'm totally prepared. The blades of my men have tasted much of the blood of the Kundalar, but our foe eludes us still. A coward to the last, I do not doubt. We shall press onward into the mountainside, and soon there shall be nowhere left for him to hide. All right, I'm ready. We have battled through many Kundalar already, but it shall not be long before they bolster their numbers. I'm ready. Let's go, Jarl. He's got permanent state. I mean, he's immune to fear and to root. That's pretty cool. Whoa. Okay, everybody. Everybody has a quest arrow. Yeah. Except. Oh, it's the same one. Fine, I'll get rid of it later if I have to. But I don't want them all to have quest rings, the whole instance. That's just annoying. Okay. Look ahead, Jarl. A lord's tent. Oh, good. I thought this might be a longer instance than this. Zarhal Cause must be there, but he would be a great fool to have left himself defenseless. It might be a trap. If we are ambushed, we must continue the fight. He cannot escape alive. Oh, that sounds ominous. Well, there are some dudes over there. Hey, you know, these you know, Variags are like competent. They go straight for the archers. They take them out pretty efficiently. Okay, so there's a battle cat I can help you with. Okay, Jarl, you're doing great. Okay, Jarl. Look at that. I may finish the quest again in here. Clear the area. Leave none alive to aid him. Oh, look, a sorcerer. Whoa. First of all, I'm apparently dying. Secondly, what the heck? Yeah, so Gryfflet, let's not perish. How about that? You're thinking of possibly staying alive in this quest? Oh, you're attacking me, not him. I thought you were helping. That's what happens when you ally with the Variags. You know, you can't even tell allies away. I can hear hasty chatter within. Okay, yeah, maybe not so hasty that... Look at that, I did finish it. Karhal, Zarhal calls. The time has come to repay your debts of blood and gold. Come forth, coward, or your tent burns. Hey, I'm good at burning tents. Okay. Gurthilm, stop this! Why have you come? Do not play coy, cause. It does not suit even one as lowly as you. Look at the treasure heaped around. You have slain our brethren, broken our deal, and cheated us out of our just reward. You failed in your task. Do not put the blame on me. Oh dear. As I heard it, you deserted the battle. I robbed you of nothing but the chance to shed your dishonor in death. This conversation is going great. You were given what you deserved, a bounty of gold and what should have been a swift death upon your return. Oh, he's a good negotiator. Your people were fools to remain on the fields in the final hours of the battle. Mourn them as nothing greater than that. So you were more prudent and foresighted? You and the rest of your Variag dogs do not deserve to kneel before my people. Not sure that's the line I'd be taking right now, dude. I owe you no mercy, brigand. I shall send you as slaves to the pits of Udun. Okay. Whoa. Hey, yeah. How about that? I will give you gold, land. No good it is. The riches of Rune. The day is won. Let us be gone. Are we going to take the treasure? Do I get a 14th share? We have won a great victory this day, and an even greater wealth of gold and Condolar trinkets. Those Condolar dogs have paid for their treachery, and now all that remains is the journey home. With such a bounty, our travels will be slowed to a crawl, but we shall live as kings in Khand. You have been an honorable companion, and it is time you received your reward. Are they going to attack me? It is done. They have paid the price for our service, and more still for their betrayal. Lord Zarhal Cause shall send no more men after us, and any among the Condolar who would dare to track us will not soon find us in these lands again. My dealings with the Dark Lord are finished, as are those of my men. We shall not fight for a master who does not honor our way. Jarl Gurthilm's eyes turn to the mountains of shadow, and a scowl flashes across his face before he turns back to you. However, there remains the matter of your share. You are free to take it should you so choose. I understand if you would prefer to keep our dealings secret, so you may also refuse it, and I shall send you on your way with basic supplies for your troubles. I would be a fool to turn down a larger cut, but I am a man of principle. Huh. My only reward is that justice has been done. Oh, so I've got to choose. I see. All right. Honor alone. So what shall it be? You tell Jarl Gurthilm that while his offer is generous, you do not wish to accept your share of the gold. I had a suspicion and a small amount of hope that you would refuse my offer. Your sense of duty is unfailing, burglar, and none of us should think less of you for honoring it. Besides, I shall have the shares sorted anew without yours, and my men and I shall be the richer for it. Speak with Drurgred, and he shall give you something to help you on your way. Not gold, mind you, but we're not heartless. Okay, and what was that? The title I got? Oh, no, that's just my pony deed. I missed the title. I guess I'll see it when I complete it. Maybe they will give me new pants. All I ask is a cosmetic set. You do not want your share? Drugred's eyes wander to the nearby piles of gold, and he appears dumbstruck by your decision. Truly, our ways are different, but I cannot begrudge you. You have done much for us, and that is to be commended. You have the bearing of a great warrior, and your allies are lucky to count you among them, even if their cause is nigh hopeless. Here, take these supplies. The tireless benefactor. I like that. Yeah, that's truly not much. Hang on. I've been Thane of Hootbold for a long time, but I'm totally going to make this one active. Because a title which more truly speaks to Gryfflet's unflagging efforts to do everybody else's errands, I have never seen. So the tireless benefactor I shall certainly be. With that sorted, I think it best for my men and me to return to Khand now. Our battle is finished and our vengeance done. And we desire no greater role in this war. You keep the company of many great warriors, but do not underestimate the Dark Lord's power. In victory or defeat, I hope that you can escape his wrath. Off with you. Your allies might think less of you if you continue to travel with men such as us, and rightfully so. With a smirk on his face, Jarl Gurthilm gestures for you to leave. You should get Jarl Gurthilm and, J-Jax together at some point. All right. Hey, man. Well, you have a name? Oh, you're probably the guy I would have been sent to. No, there's another guy down there. Huh. Weird. Okay. Yeah, Phil, I'm thinking the same. In the distant future, we can visit Khand and meet up with these guys again. Totally. Absolutely. Not only hoping, but almost assuming that that will be the case. All right. Let us head. We'll shift around. We'll hit the last spot. The last patrol spot, I mean. There's the road. Back to the road. Back down. Yes, of course. Like, I cannot even... Words could not begin to express my disappointment if J-Jax did not feature prominently in the Umbar expansion. Don't tell me. Don't tell me, because I'm keen to find out in the fullness of time. However, I'm just stating that in general, I would be phenomenally disappointed. And that is merely a statement of my full confidence that such shall indubitably be the case. Yes, JJ, I'm thinking the same thing. Using the connections we've already made so that our attempts to clean up Sauron's influence can be seen by locals as aid rather than expansion and conquest. Yes, exactly. I mean, I know that... I remember joking with Chris Pearson once that there's that one sentence in Appendix A. If you've read it, you may remember that one sentence that's when talking about Aragorn and Éomer riding out together in the years to come after in the early Fourth Age, and there's that one sentence which says something along the lines of many times the banner of the king and the white tree of the white horse of Rohan flew together in many lands over the coming years. And Chris Pearson was like, and that one sentence will provide years and years worth of content. Anyway, so yes, I certainly think so. But JJ, exactly as you say, the challenge with that is it would be easy to make Aragorn reestablishing peace in the region, in the among the former allies of Sauron in the post-Sauron era, could absolutely look like imperialism, right? Like Gondor is establishing, transforming them all, like all of these lands of Sauron's former dominions into into Gondorian colonies now, right? I mean, like it would be easy for, at the very least, for it to look like that. It could even actually be that way, right? I mean, that is one way in which the story could go. But I agree with you. It's not a very attractive story. So I think the ways in which they have provided some of these threads for us to, go down and explore that way, I think is cool. There it is. That's the sentence, JJ. And wherever King Elessar went with war, King Éomer went with him. And beyond the Sea of Rhûn, and on the far fields of the south, the thunder of the cavalry of the Mark was heard, and the white horse upon green flew in many winds until Éomer grew old. That's the sentence that Chris Pearson was saying contains years and years worth of content. Yep. Yeah, that was a really beautiful stretch there, Druid's Fire. I agree with you. Okay, hang on. So let me not miss Henneth Annûn, as it is fairly easy to do. And let me not step in my own traps. Okay, there's the guy. There it is. Okay. Yeah, that is an interesting point, Phil, that Aragorn also visited Ithilien. Or sorry, Aemon. Ithilien. It visited the south, years before, as Thorongil. He's been down where the stars are strange. Might he have made, some connections down there too? Yeah. While I'm here, let me go up to the lookout point for my slightly unnecessary and belated Explore Henneth Annûn quest. Yep, I can see. See, it looks like you could. I mean, I was just up there. You could get on here and then just drop, walk off the edge and drop straight down. But it's okay. I'm already here. It's true that some of his connections might be some leader's grandfather. There is a little bit of an age issue, but still, he could have some sort of starting point, perhaps. Okay. The refuge of the Rangers is, yeah, it's not luxurious, of course. It's not luxurious. Let's see. Are you the one who wants the toad venom?
What tidings do you carry this day?
Now then, take these files to one of our workbenches and apply the slime to our arrowheads. Do work carefully. I would not want you to stumble into the falls. No. No, I wouldn't want that either.
Will you help bear my burden, friend?
I shall send one of our number on patrol to check them soon. At best, we shall have more meat and leather for our needs, and at worst, some unfortunate orc will meet its end. Okay. And at worst, some wandering scout of the army will have broken a leg. Okay. I'm relieved that our foes have not encroached any more closely, but I do not trust that we are free of them. They will come again, and we must be ready for them. Dornach means well, but I shall speak to him about using more caution while scouting. Even the slightest rustle can expose our position, and to be exposed means to be slain. Oh, I'm getting people in trouble. Oh, Mablung's got more. Ooh, 2 more. A whole another round of quests, he says, glancing at the time. After I sent you on your patrol, I sent several other rangers to track our foes into the further reaches of Ithilien. Many of them went to the north, a few to the west, and a few to the east. The border of Dagorlad has always been contested, but our foes have been emboldened by their master's rage, and pour across it in greater numbers than we have previously weathered. It has been some time, and I would hope that my scouts have all returned by now. I would ask that you gather their reports and deliver them to me. Search for my scouts in Henneth Annûn and hear what they have learned of our foes. Okay. And for many years, the Rangers held refuges throughout the lands of Ithilien. However, as the enemy regained his terrible might, we began to lose our footholds one by one, and now only Henneth Annûn remains. Our hidden refuge of Torngroth held long against the enemy's forces, outlasting both Thurindath and Adab Dolan, but it too fell. I wonder what has become of them since we were forced to abandon them. With all we have endured in the great battle, can we now hope to reclaim what was lost? I would ask that you scout them, my friend. Torngroth can be found along a riverbed far to the northwest, Thurindath to the north, and Adab Dolan along the Mountains of Shadow far to the southeast. Okay. Not done then with the quests. Oh, right. You want some kingsfoil, eh? I can do this. Okay. Excellent. All right. Healing folks. And now I'm gonna poison the arrowheads multiple times. Okay, just hitting this button 8 times doesn't feel, strictly speaking, necessary. I can't even get this quest until I have all 8. So, can't we just take it as read that I'm applying all 8 of them? I shouldn't complain. Okay. Don't mean to just be a jerk about it. Oh, that was all 8. I got ahead of the counting. Okay. Great. I do not believe that Tolkien was referring to the stars being strange in Rune. By the time Aragorn spoke of the stars being strange, I think Tolkien was pretty well committed to a comparable to our world round Earth. You have my thanks. The wounds of war are not easily healed, and I fear more difficult times still lie ahead, even after our victory. Now more than ever, our resolve must not falter in the face of the enemy. Okay. Okay, so I did the arrow thing.
Faith alone will not stop
We
the
shall be
enemy.
well prepared the next time a troll strays too close to Henneth Annûn. Even if we do not slay it before it flees, I doubt it shall be of any help to its master for some time. Okay. And you got another one? Ithilien may be beset by foes, my friend, but what we have not yet lost... Sorry, I'll come in again. But we have not yet lost the advantage. Our foes are large in number, but lacking in resolve. They do not share our knowledge of these lands, and there remains many things in the dark of these woods that might strike fear into the heart of an orc. It is fear that we must prey on. The breaking of branches, a chirp that breaks the silence, the howl of a great beast. Our foes have quailed before them all. Orcs and Condolar alike search the lands surrounding Henneth Annûn, and they are fearful of what lurks in the shadows of Ithilien. Seek their searchers in the land around Henneth Annûn, and let loose a cry while you remain hidden from their sight. The fear we can instill in them is greater to our cause than any amount of bloodshed. To spook them. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I feel pretty sure that he's referring to Harad about that being where the stars are strange. Yeah. Yeah, right. The actual quote, as JJ was quoting it there, is, I have crossed many mountains and many rivers and trodden many plains, even into the far countries of Rhûn and Harad, where the stars are strange. Yeah, exactly. I think it's of the lands of Rhûn and Harad, parentheses, where the stars are strange. You know, in Harad, in the south. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Drowsnake is trying to make the linguistic order of operations clear there. I mean, obviously, it is. The enemy. Boy, you're all depressed about this. That guy's all. The Kundalar have crossed the battle plain and now camp within Ithilien. Well, yeah, but I bet you one of the. Is there a dude up here who has a report? Let's just check and make sure. Aha! I knew it. We must act against the Easterlings now. Okay. Great. Making sure there's nobody else hanging up here with a report. Aha! I thought one of the Watchers would have a report. None have come to the Forbidden Pool. Not today. Not on my watch. Now, I would point to the fact that apparently if I am understanding it correctly, in Season 1 of The Rings of Power, they were in fact suggesting that the stars were strange in Rhûn. And this, I think, is a fascinating point. Because, of course, what it shows, the world is still flat in the Second Age, right? It's pre-Fall of Numenor. Are they going to do the making round of the world, in the show? I don't know. How, if or how exactly they're going to depict that. Actually, let me turn this in just in case it leads to another one that's going to take me out. Might as well. Anyway, so yes, so in Rhûn, the stars are strange. The constellation that the stranger is drawing in like episode 2 or whatever that was, and the one that we see on like the shield that one of the Death Moth ladies is carrying in episode 8 of season 1. That constellation seems to be in Rhûn and strange to the Harfoots who haven't gone out there. But again, remember that is a Second Age, a flat world issue there. Yeah. So anyway, it's it's interesting. These reports are troubling, and much will need to be done to ensure our foes cannot gain more of a hold in Ithilien. The Kundalar are a terrible foe, for they are unlikely to surrender in direct combat. If we are to rout their forces in Ithilien, it must be through total defeat. The Orcs of Mordor are more easily spooked, but their numbers are endless, and the Dark Lord drives them further into Ithilien each day. To be free of even one of our foes would be a great boon to our cause. Okay. Great, so you just... I'm gonna spook them, so that's okay. So I'm gonna patrol, I'm gonna spook, and I'm gonna go talk to Aragorn, who is presumably now standing outside there somewhere. Okay, still got a little bit of time. Maybe, woof, that's a lot of patrolling. Maybe I can get through these 2 quests, because I think we're getting towards the end of the Henneth Annûn quests. Into the latter stages of them anyway. And I think from here, I think this has got to be, right? The last cluster of quests for North Ithilien. And then off to the wastes. There's another cluster at the camp of the host. Oh. Up here? Like, right on the edge? Okay. That's fine. That's cool. Hey, Aragorn. Did you leave the army behind? Did you go striding on your long shanks out in front of the army?
Enemies may remain hidden by the beauty of this land.
Our journey through Ithilien has reassured me that it remains beautiful, but this sword cuts with both edges, for our enemies can still lurk unseen among the pastoral beauty of this land. As the rangers of Ithilien surprised their foes, so too can these foes seek to surprise us. Travel further ahead to the northeast and look for signs of trouble. Gollistin tells me there is a location to the northeast that might offer a good vantage point of the road ahead. Orndil, a ranger of Ithilien, went to that location and might have seen something. Okay. No, that's, oh, that one's quite close. Okay, the fearful foe is the searchers that I'm supposed to spook. Okay. All right. All right, let's see how we can do on this this next, let me just say, round of quests. Oops, that's the river, not the road. That's because I'm going entirely the wrong direction. No problem. Great. I'm looking for searchers. All I'm finding are extremely malevolent deer and feisty toads, mountain goats, wood flies. There's one. I love how his arms up. What? That's cute. I love it. That's great. Uh-oh. The toads, however, are without fear. What is this that grows out of the rock? Rock rose. Okay, sure. Tracks. I love that this emoting does not break stealth. Oh, that guy didn't do any cute thing. No, Phil. The equator is not that far south. Dol Amroth is. We're told that Umbar is at about the latitude of Carthage in North Africa. So it's quite close to the equator. Dol Amroth would be, not that far away from the equator. All right. I'm out of the region for searchers. Let me go over here and get the talk to the guy. Where do I pick up the other? Oh, complete the quest for the herbalists of Minas Tirith. Oh man, no, I'm not gonna do that. Those are just the dailies with the herbs. I found that that quest is a dead end. I think I'm not gonna do that one. Whoa, look at the heaps of. Look at the bones. Ooh. Black speech runes? Look at that. Oh, there he is. Just, all right, he's a terse fellow. You have any conversation you'd like to offer?
You see that? Look to the distance and see.
The goat? You spy movement to the northeast, but cannot tell for certain. I think it might be a goat.
Did you see that?
I believe I saw movement over there, among the trees to the northeast. Let us make our way there and see if our eyes play tricks upon us, or if there is some foe lying in wait. That is the pass of Cirith Negin, and my people have long used it to surprise our foes. They may seek to turn the tables upon us, and use our own ambush spot against us. Okay, so this one is... I figured that we'd be part of this story. Let me go find him. Okay, right, here's the pass. Okay. What do we see here, huh? Oinder was right. There are signs of the enemy seeks to ambush Aragorn and Cirith Negin. Are we gonna lay the counter ambush? I gotta talk to Aragorn again. Okay, no problem. Well, since we're up here, let's go up to some of those. Are those fearful foes up there? Oh, they are. I thought those were all patrol points. I was like, man, that's gonna take forever. Okay, no problem. Then, come, pony. Chase is a horrible name for the pony. What should I name my blue roan pony? So I'll just spring the ambush, shall I? Okay. Name it Elmer? No, that's just mean. That's just mean. Sorry, it's an American joke. Elmer's is the name of a famous brand of glue in America, so. Okay. Okay. So what I'm looking for here are searchers whom I can startle. Is that one over there? No, that's another wolf. I would love to startle two of them at once. No, there's just nothing. There's nothing here but malevolent deer. Oh wait, hang on. Yes, there is. I just love that the emoting doesn't break stealth. I've never noticed that before. Oops, I just unstealthed myself cunningly. Now I've got to kill him. Well, now he's startled, I can tell you. Darn it. You wasted a searcher, Gryfflet. Got a really big mountain lion. I can ignore him. A little wolf. Head back over this way. Whoa, who's that dude? Just like a dude here? Hey, Torteron. I guess I don't need you yet. But your presence is suggestive. Okay, supposed to have more searchers around the intersection somewhere. No, just a really scary deer. Ah, there we go. Fox, a hawk. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, there we go. This is a strange quest. The Searcher quest. I guess I can cross the river here. This is not far from where I found the Jarl, isn't it? Did the Jarl leave enough Kundalar alive to be startled? I don't know. There's a squirrel. Is that good enough? Purportedly, there are a couple in this direction. I can spook the same target multiple times. They look like they disappear, though. Maybe, I mean, I'm sure they come back, but... Well, I was going to say it would be a little bit tedious to wait for them. Because, you know, this isn't tedious. Aha. I love the research everyone's doing into Elmer's glue, like how recently they stopped using animal products. And the fact that Elmer the bull on the Elmer's logo was the mate of Elsie the cow in the Borden Dairy Company logo. I don't know. No, I do know. I was going to say, I don't know if that's romantic or creepy, but yes, actually, I'm quite positive which one it is. That is so sad. I know the Borden Dairy logo of which you speak. Aha! Okay. So that's that. Let me then go to the patrol points, which are nearby here. I don't think I'm going to quite finish these because these searcher quests are a little much. It did kind of look as if the, or seem as if the patrol quests were going to be the preview to... Hey, it's Adabdolan. I didn't even get the quest. Like, I actually entered the entrance and failed to find the patrol point. I guess, oh, I see. No, I'm supposed to actually go in and patrol inside. Okay, fine. All right, let's see. Oh, somebody's put up a little unnecessary... What is this? Oh, we got a little earthquake going on? What, do they used to drive sheep down here or something? Moss creeps in from the cave's entrance, but someone or something has been here recently. It does not look like orcs. Orcs do not use... Huh. That's it? I'm not waiting for, like, the monstrous denizen of this outpost to return? Okay. That's it. He's totally sending me back here. He's got to. Entire family history of Elmer the Bull and Elsie the Cow being laid out in the chat right now. That's good. No, tell me about their children. I'm keen to know. Okay, so the camp... I thought the camp... I remember the camp, but I thought it was in the wastes. Like across the border, up in the wastes. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Sorry, before those trees manifested, I thought we were nearing the waste over here. Ah. There's the camp. Guess I might as well cross the bridge since I have it right here. And then... So the other ranger stronghold was tucked away right next to this waterfall. No, down the waterfall. Oh yeah, we can make it. This one, Torngroth here is a little more secret than Henneth Annûn, actually. Ooh, there's a ruin in here. So they have a bunch of firewood, as before. They're not driving sheep into it. Ooh, Orcish trappings within the refuge, and something glints in the dark nearby. Well, there's a dead ranger. While exploring Torngroth, you've discovered an ornate brooch in the abandoned ranger hideout. It is unclear to whom the brooch belongs or if they yet live, but perhaps it would be best to deliver it to the rangers at Henneth Annûn. A brooch, huh? What is the story here? Oh. I thought I already had the brooch. Okay. Dusty and worn, but its beauty remains unblemished. So this is a wading pool? What was this room? So weird, right? Huh. I don't see very much in the way of Orcish trappings, I have to admit. I mean, like the dead people are like a hint, but I don't see much that's Orcish. You could say the roasting meat, but honestly, meats on spits on a fireplace? I wouldn't be shocked by that. Ooh. Nice. What are we seeing there? Oh, yeah, no, that's not Cair Andros. That's just another random... Wow. Okay. Well, we'll get there. Okay, I need to get the Orc searchers, Mordor searchers, excuse me, and then find Thurindoth, which is way the heck down there. So I need to do this. Hey, Aragorn.
The rangers of Ithilien have spoken to me of that pass.
Thank you for the report, Gryfflet. I wondered if our foes would seek to mount a final resistance to our march, and it seems as if they will attempt it at Cirith Negin. The rangers of Ithilien have spoken to me of that pass. They have often used it to surprise unwary foes, and it was there they recently ambushed a marching force accompanied by a fearsome Mumak, and drove the beast from the bonds of its handlers. Ah, remember, I've met him. The Mumak, I mean. The creature stampeded from Cirith Negin and away from the war, and now there is no whisper of it. Will the Orcs seek to do the same to the host of the West? They cannot be allowed to succeed at this.
We will need skill and stealth if we are to ambush the ambushers.
A coat. An Ithilien coat, will it match? Okay. Is that the one I've been waiting for? Oh, man. Okay. Okay, we need a force of skilled hunters and trackers, sure. Hethradir by the lookout point above the Forbidden Pool. Sorry. Hethradir by the lookout point above the Forbidden Pool will know which of the rangers of Ithilien will be best suited for this purpose. Some of my kin will want to take part in this adventure as well. Speak to Daggeros in the cave of Henneth Annûn, and he will assemble these others. Okay. Yes. All right. So we'll be doing the Cirith Ungol stuff. I got to finish this stuff up. So next time I'll finish this stuff up, go back, turn them in, get that, and then go up to Cirith Ungol. So, all right. So in my next session, then, we should be able to, maybe we'll finish, I don't know. I mean, it depends on how many quests we get at Aragorn's camp. But we will see about finishing North Ithilien. We've got to be getting close to finishing North Ithilien. And then it's off to the Wastes and the Black Gate itself. That will be so cool. So cool. Okay. All right. Gryfflet carries on making progress, enjoying the story of Lotro. But yes, unfortunately, it will be some time. I'm going to be not available for the next 2 weeks. I'm not available next week, and then I am traveling the week after that. I am headed to England, going to the UK. I'm going to be in York for UK Moot. So I will be in York, England on the 27th, Saturday the 27th of April, in like a week and a half, a little more than a week, actually. No. A little more than a week and a half. We will be, I'll be in York, and we're going to be having a moot. I encourage you, if you're in the area and you can, you should come and join us by all means. Would look forward to meeting you. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of traveling around England before that. So I won't be available, but I'll be back the week after that. So that'll be Friday, May 3rd will be the next Gryfflet stream, when Gryfflet will see if he can finish North Ithilien. All right. Thanks very much, everybody. Look forward to seeing you guys again soon. And I will see you guys next time. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.